Welcome back to part 2 of the IC chips refining series, 2-part series. I'm just going to go ahead and dump some of this sludge into our filter now and see if we can pull some more of this gold-bearing solution through this filter. Go ahead and get this beaker into the filter now. These are the solids from the experiment. Fairly certain I've got all the gold-bearing solution pulled through these solids. We're still getting a few drips down here, but they're very pale in color. So what I'm going to do is move this back out of the way. We're going to bring our other flask up here. It's still got some liquid in it. And we're going to start pulling this with a vacuum to get the rest of the liquid pulled through these solids. We've got all the juice pulled out of these solids now. And what we'll do, I got another filter. I'm gonna refilter these liquids just in case any sediment is down in them. Got some trash in there. Our solids from the other filter. What we'll do now is start pouring that filtered material in the back there through this filter it a second time just in case we've got any. If you look back here, there is a bunch of junk that's accumulated on the bottom of that flask. So it's warranted to go ahead and filter this material a second time. Got the gold-bearing solution back here on some heat to evaporate the solution down to reduce the volume. about 4 days invested in this beaker of solution here. Let's see what kind of test we get with some Stannis. Very light, very faint. That's probably less than a gram per liter. And I've got 1.2 liters here. So we're looking at maybe a yield of about a gram out of all that solution. I'm going to try to precipitate the gold out of here now with some sodium metabisulfite. See what happens. It's probably going to be a ton of excess nitric in here. So we're just going to add the SMB real slow and try to precipitate out the pure gold. What'll happen is all the excess nitric that's in here, it will react with the SMB. If any gold precipitates out of this solution, what will happen is it'll immediately redissolve the gold and then create a bunch of heat, a bunch of fumes, just like you're seeing right there. So that's a bunch of excess nitric acid coming out of solution there from this reaction. Very dirty solution. It's going to be hard to tell when all the gold is precipitated out. Looks like we might have it. I don't see any reaction on that test strip. What I'm seeing is some bubbling going on right through here. I see a little bit of fumes being formed inside the beaker. And if you look down on the bottom of the beaker, looks like we've got gold down there. But I think it might be going back in solution because we've still got a little bit of excess nitric in here. I don't see much on that Stannis test. Yeah, I'm done fighting with this. I've got enough time invested in this. If the yield is way off, then so be it. We're going to get this solution off of our gold that's settled out on the bottom. Something down to the bottom of this thing. Not sure what it is. Got this to settle out, and if you look down here on the bottom, what you'll see It's like a little bitty nickel size concentration of gold in the center of the beaker. Still see some bubbling going on, so there's some kind of reaction taking place in here. I'm going to add some more SMB. Yeah, I think I can see gold precipitating out of solution right there. Looks like it. Might not be. This solution is very dirty. I don't know what's in here, what other metals are in here. And I'm about ready to admit defeat. Just dump everything in the waste bucket and be done with it. I've had people tell me that they've got, they try to precipitate their gold and they just keep adding SMB. Before you know it, there's a big slug of sodium metabisulfite down on the bottom of the beaker and no gold. And so this might be one of those occasions for me. There's some kind of something forming in there. I don't think it's gold. Here's our waste solution, and I can't tell if there's any gold down in the bottom of that thing or not. Let's take a look down here and see what we can see. I don't see a bunch of nothing in there. Now there's a little bit of stuff forming down there. There might be some gold at the bottom of that beaker. And then in the bottom of this one, we've got some brown material. That might be gold. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm ready for this to be done. So I'm going to try a shortcut. I'm going to try to pour off this waste solution real slow here. Distilled water. Okay, here we are. Here's what we got. Beaker full of waste. I don't know if there's any gold in here or not. I don't think there is. This beaker here is full of some kind of white precipitate. I don't see any gold in there. It's kind of white salt. And then this beaker here has got just a trace of gold in it. It's just enough to turn that white precipitate a light tan color. But there's not any kind of yield that I can melt or anything like that out of that one. And there might be some gold left in here. But you know what? This is it. I'm done. I'm calling it. I've got 0 yield out of 1 kilo of IC computer chips. Thank you for watching.